Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and we're back with another episode of Haikyu, episode 5. Now, last time on Haikyu, the match has finally begun between the two groups of first year students. Suki, who of course has, he's been very irritating since his arrival, right? He's constantly picking on Kageyama for whatever reason. I sense some I don't know, jealousy. It could be. Maybe he's jealous of Kageyama's talents that he himself maybe not doesn't possess. But at the same time, looking at him, I mean, he unlike Hinata, he has the height. So I think if he just stopped complaining and actually put in some work, he'd actually he can be just as good because he has the talents. But I figure more or less we'll get some backstory as to why he's. I would say his disdain is specifically at Kageyama, but he also did the very same thing with Hinata in the last episode as well, telling him that he doesn't have the height for volleyball, which I'm so glad that they got that spot. They got that quick at the end to just shut him down, because he's Kageyama's personality is one thing, but at the very least Kageyama himself puts in the work. All right. Suki's performance so far isn't exactly exemplary. He seems to just be doing just what he needs to, just the bare minimum. But yet still he has a terrible personality. So if you're gonna have a crappy personality, at least contribute your fair share, right? So I'm not sure what value Daichi thinks he's gonna be adding to the team. He has the height, I suppose. So even if he doesn't go all out, he can still be a good blocker. All right. So it'd be interesting to see where that goes. We got some backstory on Kageyama's last team, and as to why they lost the match, and he was being a tyrant, as they put it. He was being the tyrant king on the court, and they had to sub him out. It's unfortunate, but I mean, it was expected, and he kind of deserved it. We do see some growth here for him in the last episode. He's with Suga's guidance, actually, Sugawara, and has guided him and told him, okay, Hinata is new at this, right? You can't expect him to adapt to you. You need to adapt to him. And we saw him. He took the advice, and they were able to actually perform the quick, but unfortunately with Hinata's eyes closed, which will kind of be a problem. I mean, he can perform the quick. Kageyama can send the ball directly, which is just phenomenal. Probably not the most realistic, but he can send the ball in the path of Hinata's swing and score that way. But without him being able to see the ball, I can see problems popping up going forward, where he will need to aim the ball in specific directions. If he comes up across a block, if someone as tall as Suki is on the opposite side of the net, you do need, especially given his height, he will need to be able to redirect the ball, or I don't know, get past the blocker in some way, and he can't do that with his eyes closed, right? If you can't even see the block. So I'm not sure how far they'll get with that, but we'll see. And a special shout out to Tanaka, because he's quickly becoming one of my favorite characters. He wanted to slug Suki so many times during that match, and I'm right there with him. But he's hilarious. He cracks me up, and I can't wait to get more of him as well. So episode 5, let's check it out. Got it. It's not a fluke. It's not a fluke. What does that mean for Sugawara, though? I'm glad he's glad, but I like him. I don't want to not. I don't know. I don't want him to be removed from the team. A lot of misses, but they got it. They got it. Suki's determined. Yeah, fell for it. Tanaka. That's it. Won the first set. Shirtless Tanaka. So what? Yeah, Suki doesn't really have any conviction. He just wants to prove that he's right and put everyone else down. But the captain, I can see coming up with a plan. They've got the lead. Ah. Hinata has the weakness. He sucks at receiving. Yes. Oh, it's getting serious. All right, one more point. They're having fun. Yes. Yeah. Well, again, one, so he gets to stay on as a setter. Yeah, I don't think any of them saw that coming. It's good sportsmanship. Don't be a bitch, Suki. Shake his hand. Stop scowling. Just shake his damn hand, Suki. This dude have any motivation whatsoever? Yeah, he took his, took his sweater off at last minute and was really going at it. Captain! I don't think he planned on kicking you guys out in the first place. He was just playing with you. Like jerseys. All black. Nice. Black's my favorite color, so I love it. Shade, whatever. Okay, there are some unknowns in the back there. I don't recognize them. But I do know their team is short a libero. This is another member of the team? Looks too young to be a teacher. Oh, okay. How can you be a volleyball advisor if you have no experience with volleyball? Hey, if he gets it done. Okay. Why? Yeah, Suga is their setter, isn't he? Suga's being really nice about this. I feel for Sugawara though. I don't want him to not be a part of the team. I'm surprised too. You're you. I'm glad that he's actually willing to admit that he doesn't have the experience. And he wants to earn his space. Alright, Kageyama. I'm feeling him a bit more now. And I guess it's not a bad thing to have two setters in the event that one gets injured or something like that. They can have a backup. I just feel as though once Suga has passed on all he knows to Kageyama, he's going to get phased out, and I don't really want that. I like him. Exactly. I don't want this to be all about Kageyama. It's what it means to be a part of a team. He was always alone initially, so it's a good feeling for him. Let me guess, Suki. I don't want any. I'm good.
今度の練習試合の日向のポジションをどうしようかと思ってさ。お前どう思う?
It's a good point. He's a spiker, but not the best at the moment. Needs a lot of practice. His receive is horrible. He's too short to be a blocker.
これで行こうと思う。影山と日向はセットで使い
A middle blocker. He doesn't have the height to block. He can jump, I guess, but
セッタースパイクのためのトスを上げブロックで相手の攻撃を阻み主にクイックで得点さらに踊りとして敵のブロック
I would have thought the wing spiker would be doing quicks as well. Decoy. Sounds cool.
なんかパッとしね
クイックでガンガン点を稼いで敵ブロック
like they did with Tanaka in their match.
何人もお前の動きにアホみたいに
Yes, he is. Alright? All the shit talking you guys have been doing since you got here, you deserve that.
ちょっとあんまプレッシャーかけんなよ
Yeah, he's in his head now. It's a risk, but it's one that they kind of have to take.
うちのチームじゃ月島と影山くらいだだから日向 サブもブロックもクイックも全部落ち着けショートした日向がショートした
I mean, it's his first official match. He's gonna freak out. Yeah, I didn't have any of that in middle school. Ooh. Yeah.
お前が履こうとしてる上着だけど影山明日日向大丈夫か
I don't think he will be.
俺が何言ってもプレッシャーになるみたいでさ日向部室の鍵だけどさ
He's already freaking out and the match hasn't even started yet. I guess you just have to let him go through it, and as he plays more matches, he'll get more comfortable.
中学とかこの前の3対3と違ってこれからは俺の代わりがいる
Yes. Gonna be worrying about being replaced. I don't think he will be. They can't perform the quick without him because the other spikers can't match Kageyama's speed. So I don't think they're gonna replace you. If he does do it, it'll be without him even knowing that he's doing it. Oh my god, he's not gonna sleep. He's just gonna be tired the next day. Oh, he has a sister. didn't sleep at all.
ちょっと昨日眠れなくて窓開けてもいいなんか
This is not good.
以上にやばい
Alright, there we have it, episode 5 of Haikyuu, and they finally won their 3-on-3 match. I was so happy that they actually won because I needed Suki to shut the hell up. What is his problem? What's his problem? I actually thought after losing the match he would actually, have a change of heart or be a bit more cooperative, but he's still behaving like a little bitch. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, as I pointed out, he lacks motivation. Daichi said, in the match he actually did start pulling his weight, started giving it his all, but only to disprove Kageyama and Hinata's working together, and team spirit. So he's trying, okay, I'm going to work my hardest so that I can break them. That's not exactly, sportsman-like. It's not what you want for somebody who's on the same team as you. So he's back to being demotivated and just being there and just being present, and that's it. Not trying too hard, not trying too little, just being present. And I mean, he has the height, so they're still gonna have him on the team. I think they had him as one of the middle block. I think they had him as a blocker. I don't know. Suki. Hopefully he changes for the better in the future. One of the things I am concerned about though is they have a practice match which with Seijo, right? And Seijo has requested that they'll only agree to it if Kageyama is on the team, which I don't particularly like. That maybe there's a reason for it, but it feels, I share Tanaka's thoughts, it feels as though they're disregarding the entire team in place of Kageyama. And the team is playing into that somewhat a bit because Daichi, since the very first episode, he's been like, okay, and I get it. Kageyama is a powerhouse from another school, but there's a reason why the other top schools turn him down, right? Because he doesn't work well with others, but he does have potential. I guess it's just a matter of finding the right team to bring that out to its fullest, and maybe that will be Karasuno. But for the moment, they're putting a lot on him in terms of our school will be the best with him now being a part of the team. And the reason why that rubs me the wrong way is that, he should add to the team being the best, but everyone else needs to be at their best as well, right? And it just feels as though it's too focused on Kageyama here. He's good, but everyone else needs to be good as well. I don't think one person can actually carry the entire team. And I don't think he's at the point yet where he can carry the entire team as well. There's attack and then there's defense. I don't see where they have a libero as yet. So that's going to be important. They said Daichi is a solid receiver, so he should be good in that area. And two spikers. Tanaka is a good spiker as well, but they have Suki, who doesn't give a damn, and Hinata, who I don't think is the best blocker. They showed us some examples of both he and Suki being in the same position and them jumping to block. And I think it's timing. If Hinata jumps before Suki, then they'll both be blocking at the same time at the same height. That can be a bit difficult, of course, because it means that Hinata will have to somehow read the opponent first. It means he has less time to actually react. So he'll have to be able to read the opponent so that he can jump at the right time, so that Sugawara will jump in sync with him. So it's going to be tough. They already have so many areas in the team that they do need to work on. I don't think focusing on just having Kageyama there helps that. Yeah, Yeah, Kageyama is growing on me, to be honest. I mean, I didn't absolutely love him. I I said it before, and when I started the reaction here, is that I like characters who, not necessarily the underdogs, but I like characters who work towards who work to get to that point, right? Not They're not automatically there. And when we started this anime, Kageyama was automatically okay. He's already this good. We didn't see how he got there. If he worked hard to get there, we didn't see any of that. We were just told that he's good and that's it. But I'm more of a show me, don't tell me type of person. So I I'm fine with him having, I don't know if natural talents or whatever you want to call it, but um, I think because of those natural talents, he looks down on others who don't necessarily have that, and that's why he finds it so hard to work with everyone else, because he automatically expects everyone to be there because, okay, I'm naturally gifted here, so I expect everyone else to be. And no, that's not how it works. Everyone on the team is going to have their flaws, their weaknesses, their strengths. His weakness is quite obvious, but at the very least, he has the strength already on full display here. And what he should be doing is learning to bring the other those others that he will need to work with. He'll need to work with spikers because, as they've said, the setter is a control tower. So he will need to work to be able to work with the spikers, and I see that in Sugawara. I don't yet see that in Kageyama, which was one reason why I'm upset that Sugawara is being pushed in the back a bit. It's come down to experience versus raw talent, and I guess, I mean, Sugawara, by his own words, he doesn't have that raw talent. He only has the experience, but experience can go a long way. And I suspect what is going to happen is that he will teach Kageyama. And as I said, Kageyama is growing on me because even in his conversation with Sugawara, he admitted, that he wants to earn his place. So I am seeing him changing for the better. Hopefully, he gets there. He's not there yet. He says he wants to earn his place, and he didn't want to just take Sugawara's position just like that. And I have to admit, Sugawara is being very mature about it. I do not think I was this mature in high school. No, I wasn't. I don't think a lot of people were, but he's thought it through, and he's looking at it objectively, and that's one of the things that I think the team actually needs. So I'd hate for them to just phase him out because he's able to see things from a viewpoint that no one else is actually looking at, and he was able to quickly point out what the flaw was with Hinata and Kageyama's timing. So Sugawara has he has the perspective that they actually need. So it's a tough call. But I mean, as I said, hopefully what happens is, I mean, they keep both of them on. They do, in the event that one setter gets injured, I mean, it's not a bad idea to have another setter there. But it's not looking like Suga will be starting. He will be the starting setter. He won't be the official setter, and that I'm a bit disappointed with. But it's unavoidable. Kageyama is obviously, alongside Hinata, seem to be the focal characters, the protagonists. So he's definitely going to be the starting setter. I just hope. I don't know. It's a tough call, but Daichi seems to be for it. And Sugawara seems to have accepted it, so I will have to learn to accept it as well. I'll have to. And I'm not loving Kageyama just yet, but he is slowly growing on me as he changes. His personality, weirdly enough, reminds me quite a bit of mine, which is weird, considering that I don't particularly take to him. But the part of his personality that kind of rubs me the wrong way is how condescending he actually is, which is the part that I don't possess, right? Because I tend to look at things objectively, much like Sugawara does, and think strategically, even to whatever extent it means for myself, my position as well. So I like both him and Sugawara, but I like Sugawara's personality a bit more. Kageyama's dry approach I get, because I'm somewhat like that as well, and very blunt and not aware of some of the things that I see or how they may be interpreted by others. We share a lot of that in common. But at the same time, in terms of Sugawara's ability to analyze openly, work well with others, that's something. To be fair, that's something I had to learn to do. So I'm gonna give Kageyama the benefit of the doubt, if only for that reason, that he will develop into a better person, a better team player, a better character. So definitely excited to see that, and can't wait for their match against Saijo. So I'm sure to post down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this episode. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next one.